lovely humans of the earth. I don't really know what that intro was. But hello, I am Tails. Welcome back to my channel, which I haven't been on in a while. I know, it's been a bit of a busy time in this crazy life. But I am back, and I am ready to start this video. And today we have an interesting topic. The new Friesian horse that is coming out this Wednesday. The time I'm recording this is coming out this Wednesday. And we got some opinions about it. Left and right all over the board. We got a lot of opinions on this. This is something that is very interesting because they have been killing the game. The SSO team has been killing the game in terms of updated horses, like the ones I'm at right now, the American Quarters. They are amazing. I absolutely love these horses, and everyone does. Most people, anyways. One, because the old ones were awful, but two, because it's actually kind of realistic to the actual horse breed, which is something that everyone loves. We love realism in this game. We love it so much, which we don't get a lot of, to be honest. So, I'm going to be going over my thoughts on the video that you guys just watched, and I'm going to break it down a little bit in terms of some things that I think are kind of necessary to talk about. So, yeah, let's get into the video. I don't know what that was. I'm hyper! I'm so hyper. Okay, so I'm going into my stable to get one of my Marwari horses because I believe that this is the best one to compare it to in terms of how it looks and all of that, because I would compare it to the Jorvik Wild or something like that, but I don't think it's fair because the Jorvik Wild is a horse that is based off of nothing. It's not based off of, like, an actual horse, whereas the Marwari is a real horse in real life. And it's the most recent one that has come out in terms of new models and everything. I could compare it to the English Thoroughbred, but I feel like the English Thoroughbred is not a unique enough horse to compare it to. And the Marwari is something that is very unique and people ended up loving very, very much. So I'm going to go get my Marwari and we will compare it then. Okay, so here I am on my Marwari, and something that people absolutely love about this horse is, one, because it's really, really unique, and it's kind of realistic to the real Marwari, as far as I can tell from people who know a little bit more than I do. But something that I will go on because I am studying animation a little bit, but not as much as some people, but I'm nowhere near an expert. I'm nowhere near SSO levels expertise on animation, but something that I've noticed about the Friesians that I've always had a problem with is the shading. Now, that is something that is really important to gameplay and blending it in together and making it flow a lot nicer. Now, the first Friesian, or the Generation 2 Friesian, has some weird glowing shiny bits, which really does not help the look of the horse, and I feel like I know what they were going with. They kind of wanted the lighting to follow the horse as it went throughout the game, but that really doesn't work because that's not realistic to how shading works in terms of all of that. Now, I feel like they're trying to do the opposite of that, and they really did some weird blocking of the shading, and it's really, really weird. Like, for instance, on the Marwari, it's really clean, it's really simple, which is something that I've learned many times that shading is better when it's simple. It's there, but it's simple and it's realistic. Like, there's not any harsh lines or anything, which I really noticed on the new Friesian, which is really, really weird. There's like a lot of new marks, and it really makes it seem like they're trying to blend it and make it shading really, really flow and everything, which doesn't work, because the shading in this game is really minimalistic and really soft, and I feel like it's really harsh, and it doesn't really fit the style of the game, which is really interesting. I don't know how you feel about that, but on me, I noticed it right off the bat. It kind of looks a little more harsh and weird. Like, the shading in the game doesn't really change that much. Like, for instance, if I go underneath this tree, you can see it gets a little darker, but not that much. Granted, I am doing this during the nighttime because I have some filming complications, so I don't want to do it here. But it is kind of like this throughout winter, so bear with me with the shading. It's kind of harder to tell, but it just doesn't work. And obviously, I know SSO is not trying to be realistic and everything, but I feel like the eyes and the entire look of the horse is very cartoony. Now, I understand that this is an animated game. This is animation, which is fantastic and amazing, but I just feel like it doesn't fit quite as well. And obviously SSO is not trying to be realistic, because if they were, there are a lot of things that needed to be changed. But when you're doing a real horse that is real, it does kind of matter. Like, for instance, I would never really do this criticism on a Jorvik Wild, or a Jorvik Warmblood, or a Jorvik Pony. Now, the Jorvik Warmblood and Jorvik Pony, I might kinda, maybe a little bit, because they're modeled off of real horses in the game, or not in the game, in real life. Like, your Warmbloods is a type of horse, Pony is obviously a type of pony, and you can kind of tell how they're, like, influenced by. Jorvik Pony is kind of influenced by, like, a Shetland Pony or American, Americans, what are those called? They're, like, really short and really tiny ponies. You see them all the time. A lot of barns have them. They're really, really cute. Anyways, so, yeah, I feel like it's really cartoony. So it's a little bit of an interesting look to it. Now, something that I really noticed when I was going through the video, or the teaser that we got, because I'm really basing it off of only the teaser, because this is the official look that SSO wants to put out. Something that I noticed is when the tail in the main animation is really, really weird, and when I mean weird, it looks really unnatural and really strange. So first off, in the new models of horses, and this goes back all the way to the Lusitano, which I think is when this thing, or the style really was implemented, was the mane flowing and kind of breathing. It like a breeze went through it. It moves, it flows, which I don't know another word to use it. It kind of just makes it blend in with the game a lot better, and it just looks a lot more natural, which is really, really nice. It doesn't look as forced and everything, but if we look on the mane of the new Friesian, when it rears, it does this weird thing where it kind of slows down mid, like mid-flow, I guess. It kind of looks weird. It kind of looks like it glitches out for a moment, and then it goes back. It doesn't look like the rear and the hair animation is synced, which was really, really important for something like that, because if you don't do it, why have the animation at all? Now, the other past hair animations on horses is not as drastic. Like, obviously, I am literally looking at the Marwari, and you can see the hair isn't flowing as much, but little strands are coming up, and it just makes it look really, really well, or really, really good. But on the Frisian, it doesn't look that good. It looks kind of weird and blocky and just doesn't flow very well. And speaking of blocky, that's something that I noticed about the tail. The tail is very, when it's in this, like, pasta thing, it looks kind of like dried up ramen before you soak it in water, like the packaged ramen. It kind of looks like that, because it's really stiff and, like, crunchy and looks really, really weird. I don't really know why, SSO decided to do this. It looks kind of strange and does not make sense to me. Like, some choices that I see on the horse doesn't make sense to me. Like, why did they do it like this? It's clearly blocky, and it looks like it's in a square shape, which is not what hair does. Hair is not square. Hair does not go in a square. It just looks really, really weird, and it's really a shame, because the mane of the Frisian and the look of the mane and the hair, or the tail, is really unique to this breed. Like, Friesians are known for having curly hair. They're really, really beautiful horses, and their hair is just so unique. It's really curly and, like, kind of frizzy, which is really cute and, like, a unique look to the horse. And the Marwari is a perfect example of a unique horse that they did really, really well. Obviously, it's not as, like, specific. Like, the ears are probably easier to animate than hair, but they've been doing so well with mane and tails, and just how it flows. And that's one of my favorite parts about the new horses, is just how it flows throughout the game. And I feel like the Friesians are a step down, I have to be honest. I really don't think they're that much of an improvement. I mean, I obviously have not ridden it yet, I don't have it yet, which I will be doing a video on Wednesday, so stay tuned for that. But I don't feel like it is a step up. I feel like it's a step down, which is something that's really disappointing, because the stakes, or the bars of the expectations of the new horses have been set so high, set by SSO, because their new horses have been so good. But we will see. And also, I was looking at the jump and everything. It kind of reminds me of the English Thoroughbred, which is kind of interesting. I feel like they have very similar gaits, which is very strange, because English Thoroughbreds are not known for dressage, or Friesians are. Well, obviously, I know that these horses their origins are not to do these certain things, but they're trained to do this, and they are very more delicate horses. And I feel like the new horse and the old one doesn't really speak like being delicate and being elegant and just graceful. And that's something that people really, really want in a dressage horse. Now, SSO never caters to dressage players, or who do dressage and have dressage teams on the game. But that's a big part of the game, and most of them, as I think I've said before, use a Friesian. So I'm not sure. These are just my thoughts, and I know that a lot of people are feeling this way as well, so I decided to put my opinion out there, and maybe you guys feel the same way as I do. Something that I wish we could do was like a focus group on horses, like with real equestrians, and I don't know, that would add such a cool element to the game, and maybe people who are more, like, detailed and very, like, they know that breed, which would be really helpful, I think, for SSO. Obviously, maybe it would be a little unrealistic, but I feel like that would just be really, really helpful. Really, really wise. Now, that's kind of all I have to say on the horse, and I have to say this, that I am not hating on the SSO team. I'm not saying this out of hate. These are just my opinions, and I'm allowed to have my opinion. Your opinion may differ than mine, and that's completely fine. But all I say is please do not send hate or spam SSO with complaints, because that doesn't help anyone. Being constructive and giving good criticism does go a good way. But don't spam them. They are real people, and they do have feelings, and I think we just need to be a little more sensitive towards them, especially during this time. So crazy time. So, yeah. Once again, don't send any hate. This is just my opinion, and I respect all opinions. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be wrapping it up for this video. As I said before, I will be doing another video on Wednesday about getting the new horse, and I hope you guys are excited for that, because I am also really excited. As much as I have criticism, I'm so excited to ride this horse. And don't forget to like and subscribe. My Instagram's down below, and I will see you guys the next time. Goodbye.